It's time for Coffee with the Chicken Ladies, a podcast for people who love chickens.
Hey everybody, and welcome. It's Chrisie&Holly from Coffee with the Chicken Ladies. We're here, and this is episode number 235 of our podcast, where we talk about everything chicken, family, fun, and
more chickens.
More chickens! We drink a ton of coffee. I'm talking a ton. But most importantly,
we hug chickens every day.
And we kiss them too. Don't forget. We brew coffee from a little coffee roaster in Houston, Texas. Bright and early coffee. Holly, and what kind of coffee are we brewing today?
Today we're back to breakfast blend.
In the afternoon, because that's what we do's.
I drink it all day long.
Exactly. Okay, so if you're not drinking this coffee, you're missing out completely. We have a code. It's CWTCL 15 for 15% off a bagged coffee. If you like K-Cups, you get them over on Amazon. Where should everybody go to get the other stuff?
brighthandearlycoffee.com.
And follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Are you ready to sip some of this breakfast blend in the afternoon and chat?
I am. But first, a word from our sponsor.
We have some exciting news to share from our sponsor, Grubbly Farms. They're here, new and improved, Grubbly's World Harvest.
I'm a longtime subscriber, and my flock love the healthy, nutritious treats, plus orders $40 and more ship free.
If you haven't heard, Grubbly's has a fantastic layer pellet and crumble feed. It's packed with plant and insect protein, perfect for those picky chickens and ducks.
Grubbly Farms makes food and treats for healthy pets and planet.
To support us and Grubbly Farms, use the link grubbly.co/coffee. Try it today. Okay, so how are you doing?
Losing my mind, but I'm packed and ready to go. How about you?
Losing my mind.
Yep.
It's been lost a long time ago. But yeah, these are always the hours before you go that are the craziest.
Trying to make sure I remembered everything, and, it's hard to leave the animals.
It's hard to leave the fam, the animals, everybody, but it's 10 days and then you're back. And, it's the calm before, no, it's the storm before the calm.
The storm before the calm. That's about right.
And it's that time, every time I go on a trip, whether it's family vacation, with Joe's work, wherever, our trips, I never sleep until I'm on a plane or wherever.
Yeah.
So that's what happens. But that might be good. That might mean I sleep on a flight that's 8 hours and then I'm ready to go the whole next day. So
Right.
It might be good.
It could be good. Absolutely.
So when you're listening to this, know that you are going to be following us on our trip through the UK on our social media. So if you want to see what we're doing, where we are, follow us over on Instagram or Facebook. Coffee with the Chicken Ladies, so that you can follow along in our fun. And, when we can, we will do some lives. We don't know when or if that can happen, but we are going to try to do some lives if we have a signal, if we have Wi-Fi at the moment, we will try to do a live.
Right, exactly. And, we get to have a day with Fiona, which is going to be so much fun. And yeah, we'll see. We're going to do some urban farms. That's also going to be super fun.
And we're super excited to be hosted by Omelette over across the pond there. So we're excited to go check out their offices. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Yep. I think they're going to show us some new products. I wonder what.
So I'm wondering a lot right now. So on that note, if you're listening to our show and you're loving it, head on over to Apple Podcast and leave us a written review. It does amazing things for the growth of our show. And while you're there, hit that subscribe button, because you never want to miss an episode, and it'll alert you when it comes in. It's Tuesdays at midnight. That's when they drop. And more importantly, and most importantly, they count them.
If you're looking for other ways to help support the podcast, you can tell some chicken, goose, or duck loving friends about us. You can share your favorite episodes on social media. You can become a patron of the show, patreon.com/coffee with the chicken ladies. Thank you to our patrons. We love you. And the other thing you can do to help support the show is visit our website in our show notes. Use our affiliate links and discount codes and buy products from our sponsors.
Yay! You know what I love when it's 95 degrees outside?
Being inside.
Well, that too, but I really love cleaning my igloo chicken coop.
Yeah, it is so easy to clean. You don't have to break a sweat.
And you can use a water hose or pressure washer, so it doubles as a cool down. I also love those run covers.
Oh man, the shade is superb. I go into the run to cool off.
Yep, my flock's covered during the heat of the day, just chilling.
Meanwhile, we're melting on the patio. Seriously, can we get in on this amazing coop design for ourselves?
They're out there living the dream.
So when it's pushing 100 degrees, the right setup matters.
That's why we choose an igloo.
Get your girls their own just in time for summer.
Search Omelette. That's OMLET.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Do you like monthly subscriptions?
Does it have anything to do with chickens?
Of course.
Then yeah. Let us take a minute to tell you about Chicken Love.
You get a monthly Chicken Lady tea, treats for your flock, and a keeper care card.
And did you know with every multi-month subscription, you get a free Chicken Love logo t-shirt?
Really?
Yeah.
It's $36 a month with free shipping.
What are you waiting for? Get off the nest and click already. That's chickenlove.com. That's chickenluv.com. Get your subscription today.
The Breed Spotlight is brought to you by Murray McMurray Hatchery, defining quality for generations. For over a century, Murray McMurray Hatchery has remained a trusted family-owned business, working tirelessly to ensure our poultry meet the highest standards.
Whether you are an experienced enthusiast or just embarking on the journey, look to McMurray Hatchery for guaranteed quality, rare and heritage breeds, low minimums, and all the supplies you need to raise your flock. Request a free catalog today. There once was a little brown chicken. There once was a little brown chicken that would do it for a Breed Spotlight. Yeah.
Yeah.
This week's Breed Spotlight is
The Burford Brown.
Yes,
The
the
Burford
little
Brown.
brown chicken.
They're actually not that little. I mean, they're good-sized chickens, honestly. They're interesting because they're just adored in the UK. So they're a British breed that is famous for their dark brown eggs.
Very famous for this.
Very famous, yeah. They were named for the town where they originated, which is Burford. Now, in some upscale restaurants and hotels, specifically in London, because that's what I've been looking at, you'll find Burford Brown eggs mentioned on the menu.
Right.
And this is pretty much unheard of in the US. I can't think of ever seeing this before. Do you?
No, I've never seen it.
So I found Burford's on Claridge's afternoon tea menu and on the Langham Hotel's tea menu as well. I also found Cotswold leg bars on menus, and we'll tell you why they're both mentioned in just a bit here. But people swear that the Burford Browns lay the best tasting eggs with the darkest golden yolks. Now,
wait, if you're listening right now, Google it and look, because you're going to want to see them. And you're going to want to know what all the buzz is about. So Google this now, if you can, if you're not driving, and take a look at what these eggs look like and the yolks.
Now, scientists assure us that the taste of an egg has everything to do with diet and environment and nothing to do with the genetics or the breed. But we're not sure that we can convince the Burford Brown admirers of this. I mean, they are hardcore in this, that egg is special and it tastes better.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And before we get your hopes up, you cannot get these birds here in the U.S. You'll have to make do with Copper Morans and Pana de Sancas if you want those dark brown eggshells.
And they're great, too.
Absolutely.
The difference is, the yolks. That's going to be the difference.
Now, in the early 1900s, in the beautiful Cotswold region of the UK, a lady by the name of Mabel Pearman was raising chickens. Now, Mrs. Mabel Pearman lived at Manor Farm, West Hall Hill, in the town of Burford in Oxfordshire. Somewhere around the 1940s, she was working with black Copper Morans. The Copper Morans already laid those beautiful dark eggs that everyone loves, but she wanted to improve their rate of lay. And eventually she did, though her formula and the foundation breeds that she used are closely guarded secrets.
They're in the vault.
Apparently. There's one we can guess, but we'll get to that. Now, in the 1980s, Mabel's grandson, Philip Lee Wolfe, started breeding the Burford Browns commercially. And I was trying to track down the history here. It's not entirely clear to me, but somehow or another, Philip Lee Wolfe had acquired Clarence Court. And Clarence Court is a commercial egg company, famous for their blue eggs from Cotswold leg bars.
Okay.
The original founder, his name is Clarence Elliott. And he had brought back 3 blue egg-laying hens from South America in the 1920s. And he built a business based on selling the eggs from the progeny of these 3 hens.
Okay. Which everybody wants rainbow eggs. So
Right.
probably did well.
This is pretty early on for rainbow eggs, but the Clarence Court is commercial. So they were selling to restaurants and grocery stores.
Right. They want to make it so they make more money and it's special.
Right. So I'm not sure how Philip Lee Wolfe obtained the business, but he did. And he rebuilt it using both the leg bars for blue eggs and the Burford Brown for the chocolate eggs. And as we mentioned, the eggs are sold in fine retailers and they have an almost cult-like following in the UK.
Now, if you think our eggs are expensive, imagine what these eggs are going for in the UK.
Yeah, these
They're
are
going to
not
be through the roof.
Though I will say, a lot of the food costs in the UK are cheaper than here. Like if you look at gluten-free food in the grocery stores, because gluten-free food here is expensive, right? If you look at it in the grocery stores in the UK, it's much more reasonably priced.
I will say it has changed a little bit over the years. Like it has come down. There's been more variety. And also like you can find it in the Walmart section a little bit more now. Like It's more widespread. And I feel like the more widespread here it gets, it'll get a little less expensive, but it still is expensive. So, any place that you can get it cheaper is better sometimes.
Absolutely. Now in 2004, Philip Lee Wolfe sold the Clarence Court business. And he and his wife started a company called Leg Bars of Broadway, which a lot of you will have heard of. Leg Bars of Broadway concentrates on breeding and selling the old Cotswold leg bars. That's what they call their particular strain.
Right.
And breeding and selling the Burford Browns. Here's the thing. You can only buy Burford Browns through Leg Bars of Broadway. They do not sell cockerels. They do not sell hatching eggs. And if you want to buy hens from them, they start at 65 pounds each.
Wow.
There is a discount for quantity, though. You can also buy Cotswold leg bars from them and a bird that they're calling the snowbar. You can buy from them as well.
What's the snowbar?
Snowbar?
Yeah.
They are essentially a white leg bar.
Nice.
Very
I like
cute.
that.
Yeah,
so let's go
really
into what these chickens look like because we need to describe them to you. So the Burford Browns are highly derivative of the black copper Morans. Shocker.
Right?
And it shows in their appearance, okay? So you're going to see a lot. And it might be the secret bird that's in
Well, they're
this.
certainly one of the birds. I don't think there's any denying it.
So they're large black hens with copper-colored neck feathers, a moderate-sized straight comb, and slate-colored legs. Now, some of them reportedly have feathered legs and feet.
Which would be copper Morans.
Yeah, which would be the French copper Morans for sure. So the roosters are beautiful, which I always say is so unfair, but the roosters get all the glory in all of these with lots of copper and mahogany colored feathers. So they're really pretty.
They're really, really beautiful. But when you look at them, you're going to think, oh, that's very, very French
similar
copper Moran. Yeah,
to the black copper Morans. So today's Burford Brown hens are known to lay as many as 240 chocolate brown eggs in their first year. That's a lot. That's a lot of laying in the first year. And are said to lay well into the later years of their lives. So that's good. And they're dark chocolate eggs. The question is, in this, where does that deep color orange yolk come from?
So there are a couple of website sources that I found that talked about the diet that they get. They talk about feeding them lucerne hay and some other things, but the answer is I don't know. Because they're so rigidly controlled, their breeding, I would imagine there is some kind of a staple diet that they're getting that is giving them that rich color. It would be worth asking people who bought pullets and then, continue to have them lay.
If they were told what to feed them.
If they were told what to feed them or are their egg yolks still dark orange a couple years in?
I mean, because what we understand to be true is really the only thing that you can do to control that yolk color is diet and environment. Right. That is it. What they take in, we were talking about this a while ago when we first started talking with Fiona about this chicken. Mm-hmm. And we were like, what's really high in beta carotene and all these things that they could take that would take it. We're like, do they feed them all carrots? Like pumpkin. What's going on? Right. Pumpkin, something to make this deep orange, because it's really difficult to understand or to wrap your head around the fact that they're bred for an extra orange yolk and nobody else is. It's weird.
Right. Well, I'd like to see more science on it. I can say that. As we said earlier, sorry, people in the US, if you're in the UK, you can only purchase them from Leg Bars of Broadway. But those eggs are available in grocery stores across Britain. I think you and I might have to nip over to the Waitrose and get ourselves a little bit and taste some of these things.
Yeah, it's kind of like the young and the hatchless here. We're trying to figure out how this comes into play. How does this chicken have this color, dark color orange yolk, and no one else does? It's in a vault. We got to figure this out. It's our investigation while we're over there.
I want to see if the taste is really that different from our own chickens who are spoiled and have, dark egg yolks.
Dark golden. They're dark golden. I mean, but these chickens are known to have like almost an orange color egg yolk, which
I would call it a golden orange. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It has orange to it for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's our mission. Now, if you're in the UK and you have the Burford Brown, please share a picture on your stories, hit that mention button, put us in, and I will reshare so that we can all enjoy your chicken. And if you have some eggs, crack them for us. Show us.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We want to see the yolks, please. Are you ready to dive into the fascinating world of backyard ducks? Look no further than Metzer Farms, your premier destination for top quality waterfowl. Whether you're a seasoned breeder or just starting out, Metzer Farms has everything you need to elevate your flock to the next level. And if you're passionate about call ducks, you're in for a treat.
Metzer Farms hatches a stunning variety of call ducks, meticulously bred for their miniature size, beauty, and calm temperament. From snowy whites to vibrant colors, each duck is a masterpiece waiting to grace your backyard. Visit MetzerFarms.com today to browse their extensive selection and start your journey into the wonderful world of waterfowl. Metzer Farms, where passion meets perfection.
If you're looking for a chicken coop that's produced in a planet-friendly, sustainable way, try Nestera.
Each coop is made from highly durable, 100% recycled plastic that keeps the equivalent of up to 2,000 shampoo bottles out of a landfill.
Their clean, modern design will fit into any garden or run area and comes with an industry-beating 25-year warranty and a range of handy accessories.
Simple to put together, so quick and easy to clean, and most importantly, red mite resistant. Your chickens will love it.
Quick shipping from Nestera US.
For a 5% discount, use the affiliate link in our show notes, on our website, and on Instagram. Link in bio. Check them out today. Okay, so we ready to move on to main topic? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you're getting us this week. We are the main topic, but we're talking about
Poultry First Aid Kit. We haven't done this in a while, and we have a slew of new listeners. Welcome, all of you. And so we're going to talk about the things that we consider essential in a Poultry First Aid Kit, and then some of the next level things that it's good to have if you can.
So I want to start this rolling with the things that you're going to need for a first aid kit to separate your chicken from the flock. So first and foremost, you need a second location that is safe, secure for your chicken who is sick to go into so that you can take him or her out of the flock. That is essential. You have to have some place to put them. A crate, a big dog crate, a pop-up, a soft mesh pop-up.
A pet carrier.
Some place to separate them.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're getting chickens, and I did not think of all of these things so many years ago because there weren't a lot of people or places out there doing a lot of giving all this information.
Right.
You need a first aid spot to go. Okay. So having a place, a cage, you definitely have to have that as part of your first aid kit.
That's for a chicken who's grievously injured and can't stay with the flock. One that needs maybe around the clock meds and feeding, one that needs to be out of a stressful situation. She might be recovering from surgery, or there any reason where you don't want them out in the run doing chicken things with the rest of the flock.
And many of the other things that you're going to do first aid for, you can do while they're out in the flock, as long as they are being accepted by the other chickens, if it's not far enough where the chickens are picking on them.
Right.
So I just want to put that out there because it's so important that you have a place to put them.
It really is. And the thing I want to say before we start is that, when I started with chickens, I did not have a lot of money, but I know how important a first aid kit is. And so what I used to do, I'm hoping this might be useful for someone who's just starting off. What I used to do is every time I went to the feed store or the farm supply store, I would buy one more thing for my first aid kit. Maybe it was an extra $3 or an extra $10. But it was so much easier than buying it all at once. So just something to think about.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so what you want to think about in the first aid kit is injury, early sickness, first aid to cuts, different things like that. You want to have ways to get to things quickly. Even bumblefoot, you want to have as part of your first aid kit. You want to have the
stuff. You can manage it at all. Absolutely.
So we want to go through essentials first.
Right. So I'm going to start us off. So this is something that we do keep in our first aid kits just because we often have chicks and younger chickens, and that's Corid. You can get it in liquid or powder form, and it treats coccidiosis.
Exactly. So when those babies are little, especially if you're feeding a non-medicated, they're out in the grass, they can get coccidiosis very easily.
And
so
time is of the essence with that disease. You don't want to be waiting 2 or 3 days to start it.
Murphy's Law, you always need something at 9, 10 o'clock at night when everything's shut down, or you needed it yesterday and you have to order it on Amazon and it's not the overnight or the same day delivery. So having these things right there will make you be less worried at that point.
Right.
So I'm going to list a second one, and that is a dewormer, because a lot of problems that you have can stem from them having intestinal parasites.
Yeah.
If you're having a crop problem, or if they're having, fluid, anything of these problems, the first thing that you want to be able to do is deworm them.
Right. You can absolutely grab a fecal sample to have it tested at a lab. But if there are times where a bird is ill and we can't get to the vet and we say we're going to throw the kitchen sink at a problem, and dewormer is always one of the things that we use.
And what we use is called Safeguard for goats. And that is easily gotten through Amazon, or I believe Tractor Supply carries it now.
Yeah, most feed stores do carry it, yeah.
And it's a liquid form that's at the right milligram per ml so that you can dose the chickens, okay? And it's good to have it so that you can give it. It starts to help them shed the worms within 48 hours if they have them. So you'll see the worms coming out at the 48-hour mark, so it's good to have them.
Sometimes what you're just getting rid of is eggs and you won't see them. So sometimes you see the parasites, sometimes you don't, but that doesn't mean the dewormer's not working.
Exactly. So give it. If you need help with dosing, you can message us.
Vitamins and electrolytes. These are good to have on hand for times of stress, and almost any brand will do. You can get the little Save a Chick envelopes at your feed store. Rooster Booster makes a very nice vitamin and electrolyte blend. Grubblies. Strong Animals. There are lots of choices here. Doesn't matter. Just get one and have it on hand, because let's say your girls have had, they've been super duper healthy, but then you have a really bad hot spell and they're clearly not doing well. They need some electrolytes probably.
Definitely. And read the instructions on each different one, because they're given differently. Each company has you give either 2 days, 3 days, skip, do a week, skip a week. So make sure you read all the instructions.
Because more does not equal better. You can actually harm them if you overuse the vitamins and electrolytes. So yeah, you're right. Follow the instructions. Absolutely.
Yeah. So how did I end up getting the poultry NutriDrench? Because I am the queen of the poultry NutriDrench.
You are. It's true. I mean, I have it too, and it is awesome stuff. But you are like, you get NutriDrench and you get NutriDrench.
So poultry NutriDrench is widespread. You can get it anywhere. You can get it at Tractor, definitely. You can get it at your local feed stores. So you can get NutriDrench. This is something 100% of the time, if you're running low, you need to reorder, you need to have it. It's a vitamin mix. It's highly concentrated. It's absorbed through the crop. It's got extra calcium, all the good things, and you give it by beak, 1 cc, okay? And it is a big boost. Everyone should have it. I am a firm believer that everyone should have this if you have chickens or poultry.
It's a frontline product to help birds, anything from a shipping stressed chick to an elderly hen that's gotten chilled. It will help their electrolytes and their body balance.
Right.
It's everything they need. A hen that isn't able to lay a soft-shelled egg, it's got calcium in it. It's fantastic stuff.
And it's absorbed through the crop, and it's absorbed quickly. So it helps them want to eat and makes them feel better. Yeah. While you're trying to figure out what's wrong with them, this is not going to take it away, but this is going to help stabilize them until you can get to the answer.
It's a really important part of nursing care. Yeah.
Yes.
Next item is vet wrap. Do not be caught without your vet wrap. I think with people, it's called Coflex, but it's bandage material, usually in bright colors, that sticks to itself. So something like bumblefoot, we cut it into strips and you can easily wrap a bumblefoot case with it. It's only a couple dollars for a roll. That's something you can pick up very quickly. And when you need it, you need it. You'll be glad you have it.
If you need to make a crop raw, we have a video on our YouTube channel that shows you how to use this vet wrap to make a crop raw if your chicken is having a crop issue. Vet wrap is amazing. I've actually used it on family members also that I've had for bandaging. So yeah, always have it. It's inexpensive. You can order it right on Amazon or get it over a Tractor Supply too. Okay. Sterile nonstick pads. You need these. You need to be able to cut them, use them different places. You can use Telfa pads because you don't want it to stick and tighten. The Telfa pads or the sterile nonstick pads don't do that. So you want to be able to put that at the bottom of any cut or wound that you need to bandage.
Again, not expensive. I get them at Walmart for a couple bucks.
Yeah, I get them at CVS. Just always have them on hand. And actually, all these things you can get on Amazon too. So you can,
That's true.
Every few weeks, just order one thing to add to your first aid kit.
This is our go-to for bumblefoot treatment. It's also really, really good for any kind of burns, cuts, etc. And that is silver ointment. Silver ointment is amazing because you can use it in place of triple antibiotic ointment, especially if you don't know what bacteria or pathogen you're fighting, because it'll kill everything. There is a prescription strength available that, thank goodness, Dr. Rebecca prescribes to us by like the vat size. If you can't get that though, there are several over-the-counter versions that exist. One of our favorites, it's Curad, and it's not even called silver ointment. It's called Curad Wound Care, but it is silver ointment and it works.
There's also even CVS has a generic form that they sell.
Yeah, I've used that one before too. Yep.
Me too. So you can get that. Now, here we go. Vettersin or something that you want to use. And I'm going to combine this with the Novosan and the Hybo Cleanse because all of these are on the same kind of lines. You want something to be able to clean a wound, clean a bumblefoot, clean something that's cut. So you have Vettersin, you have Strong Animal Chicken Essentials Bye Bye Boo Boos, you have Novosan, which is Hybo Cleanse, a scrub that I'm never without because it kills bacteria and yeast.
You can use the generic of that. It's chlorhexidine.
Well, that's actually what it is. It's chlorhexidine, and then it comes in Novosan, and it comes in like the Hybo Cleanse, and it's a surgical scrub that I'm never without. I use it on people. I use it on animals. You'll want to have it for sure.
Vettersin's my go-to for wound spray on poultry and really anything else. It's great stuff, but whatever you do, you want some kind of a spray or a cleanser on hand.
Yeah, I love the Bye Bye Boo Boos by Strong Animals because it's pretty calm. Like it has like the lavender in it,
right?
And it's a good spray. The Vettersin, I would recommend if you're going to use it for chickens to get the one made for chickens because in the past I've used the one not made for chickens and I believe it was a little too strong for their skin. So
syringes. If you really want to save a lot of money on these, you can buy them by the case off of Amazon and they're not very expensive at all. And sometimes your vet will give them to you. But what you want are small syringes. You want a 3cc syringe and the 1cc syringe. The 1cc syringe is sometimes known as a tubercular syringe.
Tuberculin, yeah.
And the 1cc is really what you want to use if you're dosing medications to a chicken. And you don't have to give them the 1cc all at once. You can give it to them in 2 or 3 little bursts. But they are, I don't even know how I would get liquid meds into a chicken without them.
Yeah, they're like, the 1cc means you're going to give up to 1cc. You can't give over. The 3 is up to 3 cc's. And they make them in dosing. So you don't have to worry. Like they come individually wrapped. They don't have needles on them. They have a dosing end on them so that you can dose it in the mouth, not worry about needles. And always have those for sure. So the next one is blood stop powder. So basically you're going to need, it's called Quick Stop. And it's just a powder to stop bleeding that you can use on combs and wattles if there's a fight too. You use it on nails, broken, anything that a nail breaks.
Spurs are big.
It's really good. Okay. I'll go through the next one too. Terramycin. That is an ointment for the eye that's broad spectrum.
I will not be without terramycin. Yeah, because eye injuries you can't play with.
I have like 3 of them right now in my first aid kit.
It's one of the more expensive things on this first aid kit because it's going to cost you more than $20, but you can save an eye this way.
Yeah, definitely.
Petroleum jelly or Vaseline. I mean, you can pick that up at the Walmart, the dollar store, wherever. Generally, what we use that for with chickens is scaly leg mite because you need to smother the mites.
Yeah, definitely.
You can use something like coconut oil that's, a little gentler and is not petroleum based. But I'm here to tell you, if you are treating a whole coop full of chickens for scaly leg mite, go with the Vaseline because it's going to save you a lot of money and work just as well.
So sterile gloves to have for wrapping feet, to be clean when you're working with wounds so that, you're not getting it on you and them. That's self-explanatory.
Yeah, this one's going to be a little weird, but we all swear by them, and that's a headlamp. We swear by them for doing the nighttime chicken chores, for using, like if you're trying to check a bird for mites or lice and you have the headlamp on, your hands free so you can go through their feathers. It's also great if you're like me, you wear glasses and can't see if things are dim. And so if I'm working on, say, bumblefoot or another kind of wound, I put the headlamp on so I get a really nice bright light while I'm working.
So today we went over what are essentials. We do have a list of what would be even upper level. It's on our website. So if you go over there, you can check out the whole entire list. There's other things on here that you might want to have too.
We can read them. Just read them.
Let's just read them. We won't explain them because we're trying to save a little bit of time here.
Yep.
So there's polyvisol.
Bent tip glass droppers.
I got my other favorite. That's Omnivore Care, and that's a powder to liquid food.
Crop bras. Now, like Chrissy said, we do have instructions how to make one from Vet Wrap, but if you're going to buy and keep one on hand, we strongly recommend the Birdie Bra from Crazy K Farm.
The playpen that I already talked about, someplace to keep your chickens.
Zero clearance heat panel like the Cozy Coop heater. They are not just for keeping them in the coop for like an elderly bird that's cold, but if you have someone in a playpen that's not doing well and they need help staying warm.
In shock, anything.
All of those things, yep.
Small nail clippers, which, I mean, you always should have those on hand in case somebody's nail's broken, you got to trim it.
And a nail file, which you can use sometimes when spurs break, they get jagged. So it can really help to be able to file them down a bit.
And tweezers, because you never know if somebody's going to, the lion and the mouse. The mouse had to pull out the
And I was like, where are you going with that?
Don't you remember that? The lion in the mouth, and the mouse had to pick out the
There's
splitter.
A thorn or a splitter. Yeah.
Yeah. You never know when you need those tweezers.
Right. The next one is ivermectin. Now, you want injectable ivermectin, but you are not going to inject it in your chicken. You're going to use it topically for external parasites only.
For mites and lice, exactly. Now, towels, blankets, anything that you're going to need for an injured, a really sick chicken so that you can do that. And there's actually more things that we could go into.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a lot more. Our first aid kits are highly involved because we use the stuff. And
Our
once you have
kits
it,
are an experience.
Oh, yeah. So it's a good thing. And we never mentioned this, but you need a container to keep all these things in too. You can decorate it, have somebody paint it for you, make it fun, put all the stuff in so that it's all together in one spot and you know where it is.
Mine's just a cabinet, one cabinet with all the veterinary stuff.
Mine's in multiple spots.
I know.
But I have one main spot.
Yes.
It used to be a giant running sanitary tub in my laundry room. And until we get a new faucet for it, it's my chicken first aid kit. And it works wonderfully.
That's a perfect place.
It's all right there. It's great. I love it. Okay. So make your first aid kit. Here's the thing. If you have any questions or concerns, please message us over on Instagram. I will be there to answer your questions and help you through it. No problem answering any questions you have about any product that should be in there or anything else. So that's the first aid kit.
Our friends at Good Eggs solved the age-old question of how should I wash my eggs?
They're chicken people just like us who created the original silicone egg scrubber.
Both Chrissy and I use their brush and natural enzyme wash every time.
It's a total game changer.
It makes cleaning eggs so much faster and easier. Plus, they have a lifetime guarantee.
Good Egg is a small family business right here in the U.S., and they donate 10% of all profit directly to folks affected by cancer.
Go check them out at goodeggstuff.co.
That's goodeggstuff.co. Tell them Chrisie&Holly sent you. Are we ready to move on to
cracking the eggs?
Cracking those eggs. Now, this is our last week of the UK-inspired recipes. And then after this, this, we're going to be eating nothing but English food for 10 days.
Yeah.
It's going to be
I'm
great.
sure we'll get some other things mixed in there, but yes. So this is Yorkshire pudding. Yorkshire pudding is traditionally served with a roast or roasted meat, and you would use the roasted meat drippings, which is fat, to make the puddings. And you can absolutely do this, but we've also included a vegetarian version that uses vegetable oil.
Perfect.
So these savory puddings are similar to popovers, and they go perfectly well with a roasted dinner, whether you're just doing meat or veg or both or whatever. They're delicious.
Okay, so let me go through the ingredients. There's not many ingredients here.
No, they're easy.
Is that it? Do we have the 1, 2, 3, 4 ingredients?
Yeah, that's it.
I'm thinking I'm losing part of this recipe somewhere.
No.
I'm like, where are these ingredients? So it's quick and easy. It's 2 cups of all-purpose flour or gluten-free 1-to-1, 4 large eggs at room temperature, 2 cups of milk or plant-based milk, and a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil or drippings from roasted meat. If you eat meat, that's fine. You can use that.
Preheat your oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. You'll need a 12-cup muffin tin or 2 6-cup tins. In a large mixing bowl, you're going to whisk together the eggs and the milk. Whisk in the flour until it's frothy and well blended and set that aside. You're going to place 1 teaspoon of either drippings or vegetable oil into each cup of the 12-cup muffin tin. Place the tin in the preheated oven until the oil is starting to smoke. So you want it good and hot. That's going to take 5 to 10 minutes depending on your oven. Take that pan out and quickly ladle about 1/4 cup of batter into each cup. Pop it back in the oven. You're going to bake it from 30 to 35 minutes until the puddings have risen and they're golden brown. And you're going to take them out and serve them immediately, like we said, with the roast or, make them and have them with a side of eggs, whatever. They're delicious.
Or roasted vegetables. It would be delicious with roasted
absolutely.
veggies.
Yeah.
Use your summer veggies like zucchini and onion and pepper and all the good things here.
They're
That
really
would be
good
really
with
good.
roasted fall veg too.
Yeah.
Like sweet potatoes. And they're just delicious with anything.
Yeah, for sure. So try it. You might like it. We're going to maybe trying it next week. I don't know.
Yeah.
That would be good. Okay. So let us know if you like it. Give us a story with the pictures. We love to see them. Okay. So let's move on to retail therapy. Retail therapy. Yeah. This week's retail therapy was one that I'm kind of really into. Anyone has known me out there that listens knows that growing up, my mom was all about charm bracelets.
Right.
And charm bracelets used to be big mid-century. They were huge.
My mom had one. It was sort of a travel-inspired one.
But I had one too that was travel. My mom would go to secondhand stores, like Goodwill, thrift stores, and people would give them away. And then I would get them, and I still have them in a jewelry box, the ones that I got as a child.
Right.
I remember one had pennies. It was like all the pennies around
I remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah, so I had lots of charm. Well, here's the big thing that I'm loving. Charms are back in.
They're really having a moment. And what I think is fun is that they're not just being used for necklaces and bracelets. Like people are putting them on shoelaces and bags and all kinds of fun stuff like that.
Like purse charms are hot right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so we figured we would just chat about chicken or poultry charm bracelets for a few minutes because it makes us happy.
You can find them much easier than I would have expected.
Oh my God. So I found this one. It's called CharmWorks. Okay. And they legit have the chicken charm.
Perfect.
And it's so cool. I mean, some of these you might have to buy separate charms, separate bracelets. That's kind of how they are. And some you can buy as is. Now, one of my most favorite bracelets that I own to date, which is packed and ready to go to the UK, is my Lenora Day chicken charm bracelet. It's one of the pieces of jewelry, that and the charm necklace, that I get comments on every single time I wear it because it's so unusual and I love it. I can't go anywhere without it. I love it so much.
You can also kind of make your own. So you can get individual charms pretty easily. And one of my favorite places for that is Etsy.
Oh, yeah.
So you can
even go to Amazon.
Yeah. Well, on Etsy, you can get all kinds of individual charms. Like you could get some rooster charms and some hen charms. You can get some basket of egg charms and just make your own poultry themed. I'm pretty sure you can get duck and goose charms too.
Oh, yeah. And you can get the bracelets. If you want to make the bracelets, that's great. Usually they're like little lobster claws on the charm, so you can interchange them. If not, there's a lot made up. There's a lot too, like that Alice and Annie style. Do you remember, like, it's just a band and then they they're slid on. So you can get ones like that say Crazy Chicken Lady, which is really cool. And those are fun. You can actually get a chicken charm poultry leg band for your chicken too.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
So if you want to match, you guys can match.
Oh, see, I love this. I'm on Etsy. An enameled mallard duck charm.
Oh, yeah, that's cute.
That's a really cute one. It's only a couple of bucks.
I mean, you can do that and make your own. There's so many different ones that are out there.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just I have a bracelet that Joe gave me a long time ago that's just one of those Alice and Annie styles. And it legit, it has like an egg, like open egg on it.
Was Pandora like that too with the slide-on beads?
Yes. Alex, Annie, Pandora, like that kind of stuff.
That's cute. That's a shoe charm.
I was going to say that's for a crock. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
So it says like Crazy Chicken Lady has a cracked open egg, a chicken. And I really believe that with ladies, it's a way to use to express who we are in our jewelry.
Here we go. Pandora has a duck.
Nice. So if you want to express yourself and wear something, that just shows who you are, then do it. Wear the big gaudy chicken charm bracelet or necklace. If you like something more chic, do that. You can get them in all different styles.
You can. There's a lot of variety out there that you can go with if you want to put together a charm bracelet. I'm now looking at goose charms and there are so many and they are so cute.
So I know what to get you this year for Christmas.
You got me a bleep ton of goose stuff last year too.
I did. Well, I know what you like there.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah. And, if you just Google chicken charm bracelet or chicken charm jewelry, it all comes up. Take that 5-minute vacation. Just look at the stuff. Because sometimes you need to get your mind off of things.
I just pulled up a vintage charm bracelet. I mean, it's an old one and it's sterling silver being sold on Etsy for $312.
Oh, wow.
It's got a goose on it. That's why it came up. It's got a goose and a camel and a pig and a deer and something that looks like a candlestick. That's an odd addition, but okay. Anyway.
And the candlestick maker.
I mean, whether you're doing vintage charms or you're doing, modern new charms, either way, it's super fun.
Yeah, like they have the plump chicken charm bracelet. And that's like little chubby chickens.
It's all plump chickens?
Yes, it's $30. On Poshmark, pre-owned. And it's the charm. I mean, there's a lot of places you can go to get it. So have fun with it. Show us if you want. Send us pictures. We want to see these things.
We do.
Okay. So should we tell everybody what we're going to be talking about next week?
Next week, we are spotlighting the tiny and very beautiful Seabright Bantam.
They're little.
They are. Main topic, we're talking about flock psychology, understanding why your birds do what they do.
And they have a reason for it, believe me.
Mm-hmm. June, we're doing strawberry recipes all through June because we can. And so we're starting off with fresh strawberry cookies. And Retail Therapy, we're reviewing a new treat from a new company called Love My Girls.
Oh, and we do love our girls and we love these treats. Okay, what should we tell everybody to do until next week?
Hug your chickens, ducks, and geese.
Every day and kiss them too. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
If you'd like to see more of us, please follow us on Instagram at Coffee with the Chicken Ladies. If you'd like to help us grow the podcast, please leave us a written review on Apple Podcasts. If you'd like to become a patron of the show, please visit our Patreon page, patreon.com/Coffee with the Chicken Ladies. Thanks for listening.